Hey guys, this is Cree again. Welcome to the right side of 50. I'm just going to be on here for just a quick few minutes. I'm running an errand here and I'm waiting on somebody. So while I'm waiting, I'm just going to continue. I had did a video the other day speaking about the different gig work. Okay, so this is kind of like a part two. It's not going to be as drawn out as the other one. That one was like 24 minutes. Sorry about that, but I was trying to be as thorough as possible. I did remember I was talking about, okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. So if you're in a major city, you may have heard of a couple of these, or maybe you're just not familiar. But just because you're not familiar doesn't mean that that they don't exist, okay? So I just wanted to run down real quick. I was talking about that delivery app. So it's called Deliver, Deliv, as in Victor, RD. So it's not the traditional spelling, but I wanted you that's the catering one. So that's the one that they ideally, in most cases, they usually only have you working like during your time zone, usually somewhere between maybe 10 a.m. and 2, because what they do is they cater to businesses, larger quantities. So this is the one that I mentioned that you would go ahead. It's usually the night before that you get their orders, okay? So you get the order the night before and it says, hey, do you want to do this order? It pays this much money. We'll say $40. You say okay, or maybe it's $60. I mean, because it does vary. It's going to depend on how much food that you have to pick up. So if you accept the order, then what happens the next day, they ask you to accept it again an hour before. So that way they know for sure you're going to be there and that you haven't forgotten. Because if you don't do it within that hour, then they'll go ahead and they'll give it to somebody else, okay? And I guess that would be a last minute order for that person. I've never had that. I've always taken the orders that they gave me. I mean, if they sent it and I accepted it, I followed through. That's what I'm saying. So usually they go for, places like sandwich places or other restaurants. I mean, think about it. If you're at a traditional 9 to 5 and you guys are getting some type of employee appreciation week or whatever the case is, they're going to order out for you. Even pizza, but it's usually not that. I don't think you know what? Nope. I did have a place one time where I had to deliver a bunch of pizzas. Anyway, so once I get the order, you go there to the company that they're sending you to. It's usually within 15, 20 minutes at best. Most of mine have been like within 10, 12 minutes. But you get there and you set up. So setup just means if there's things in a bag. So if you got Chinese food or sandwiches, you're just going to take it out of the bags and wrappings. You're just going to put it on the table. They're going to tell you where they want it. Conference room, we'll just say that, or even in the company kitchen. You're just going to take everything out. That's all. Napkins, forks, and stuff like that, cups, whatever they ordered. I think I did an IHOP breakfast one time. But you're just going to bring it to them. You're going to set it up, and that's it. Sometimes it's possible that you could have burners. So if you got like aluminum pans, you could have burners. You'll have to set that up. So they'll give you a quick video training if you don't know how to do that. I've never had an order where I had to do it, okay? So, but everything else is simple. When I started, they sent me 2 very large, I don't know what gallon size that is, but 2 large tote bags, of course, with their branding on there. And that's what I used. So, I like that because you can easily, the money is funny. It's just going to depend on what city you're in. So if you're in a large city and there's a lot of orders, and depending on what the demand is for that company, you still probably wouldn't get any more than a few orders in an afternoon. Now, honestly, with Phoenix, I only I never had it, I don't think, where I got 2 orders at one time, for the same day. I usually only had one. So when I did this was during a time where I think I was in between jobs. I did it, or it could have been around when I used to do notary work too. I can't remember, but I think it was after the notary. So I think I was doing nothing but gig work for a short period of time, maybe a few months, and Delivered was one of them. So if they would if I knew the night before, and I usually did, I already knew. So I would plan my day around that. I would maybe do a Delivered order, and then maybe I jump in and finish with DoorDash for the lunch rush, something, like that. So it is a good company. Now Delivered, hold on, I took some notes to know. They're in a lot of different states too, because I remember when I did an orientation, there were people on the call that were all over, the country. Okay. So, go ahead and look that up, you guys. Research that. If you just need a few extra bucks and your late morning, early afternoon is available. They said they don't assign any more than usually 3 to 5 orders. But like I said, I never got any more than one. So maybe it's just busier out here than I thought. And they probably had a lot of drivers. That's the only thing I can think of. Okay. Also, Dispatch. That is the one that I forgot. I talked about it, but I couldn't remember the name. So it's Dispatch, just like it sounds. DISPATCH. Okay, so that's the one where I said I got a lot of construction type of stuff. So they also, that's one of those, you can get an order the night before, and that's probably something highly important or whatever the case is. I did get a couple of those, but usually once you start driving, you turn the app on, and of course the app is reading where you're at. So they're looking at their orders. Now, I've had it where I had to go 45 minutes away, and I didn't have to. I accepted it because of the money. And I think I made maybe $80 on 70. No, it was 70, like $5, something like that. It was an AC unit. Now, I pushed it, but here's the thing. Dispatch, they prefer that you have an SUV. If you have a cargo van, great, because you could take bigger orders. So they want to know the kind of vehicle you have, so they know what kind of orders to present to you. You don't have to accept them. I think they used to give you like a minute to respond. If not, it'll go to someone else. Or maybe, it's every so many seconds they open it up to somebody else. Now, with Dispatch, they give you the details with that as well. So, details meaning, if it's a package that weighs 80 pounds, they're going to let you know. And so that way, if you have a dolly or something, you can take the order. They are very detailed with what they need. They'll tell you if it's 2 packages, if it's 3, and they give you the average weight for it. So that way you already know what you're running into. So I did them for a little while as well, probably around Delivered and DoorDash. I like that one as well because, again, you have the option. And, they usually try to get you within a matter of miles. Now, like I said, it can run you a little bit more gas, just depending on the city you're in. But the orders that I was getting, I got, AC units. I would either, I did that, I don't know, I got that one a lot, like 4 or 5 times. So the order was either to go to a storage unit to pick up like a portable AC unit and bring it out to, and those have wheels on it, and it would be to bring out to either customers or vice versa. Either I was going to the customer and picking it up because they were done using it, and I was taking it back to the storage. So from my understanding, the way that worked, it was an insurance thing. So if you've ever had to file an insurance claim, which is funny because that's what I do now, but if you've ever had to file a claim for your property and you didn't have, let's just say your AC went out at your home and your home insurance, your homeowner's insurance covered it, then maybe your insurance company covered that, for you to have a portable AC unit just temporarily until you know, you got it fixed or whatever. So that's what was happening there. So those paid bigger because there's weight, and sometimes it's miles. So those orders, I would get $50, $70, $80 to do the run. And it just really depended on like how far I had to go. Okay. So dispatch, you guys, you know, don't sleep on that, because that, depending on the city, is good. That could be lucrative too. And you can get orders all day. They usually work during regular business hours. Okay. Sometimes they have early, like 6, 7 o'clock. I usually seen that it's slowed down by like 5 o'clock. Okay. So it's during business hours. That's the one that I was talking about. Sometimes having to pick up packages from maybe a warehouse and having to bring it out to like a new construction home, and they were still building the home, but they needed parts. So I would go out to the site and I would give it to them. And again, they're going to tell you what the average weight is, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. I had a SUV at the time. I was always able to get the stuff in. One time I had a pickup from FedEx or UPS, something like that. So I swear, I had like 40 boxes in my car. I had to unload. Now, FedEx, I think it was FedEx, they of course had a dolly, so I was able to load and unload and whatever. So, you know, but again, they'll tell you what you're picking up and they'll give you the average weight. So, you know, don't worry about that. There's also another one. You guys may have heard of, oh wait, I'm sorry, going back to dispatch. I looked it up, they're in like 34 states, 56, 57 cities, okay? So, you know, you guys can get on that, all right? GoPuff, you guys may have heard of that. That's kind of, I think, like groceries, or, you know, I've known, my son has worked them, and, one of his friends worked it, I think. The only thing with GoPuff, that works like DoorDash, but or Spark Delivery for Walmart. You usually don't have big orders, but you can. Now, it works the same way. I think they pay you a certain percentage or whatnot, and then whatever you're tipped. What I didn't like about that, I went with my son one day just to kind of get a feel for it. With GoPuff, every time you drop off the order, they want you to go back to the building, like within a vicinity, so that you can get another order. So it's not like DoorDash or any of those other places where you can be way out, and long as your app's on, they just tell you or whatnot. And I guess that's because the orders are at the warehouse. I guess like Amazon Prime. So, you know, you're not going to a store. You're going to the location to pick up. But they're not giving you like 4 or 5 orders at one time. They want you to keep going back and forth. And I think that's a gas waster. So that's just silly to me. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys those pointers. If you guys have any comments on, or you've used some of those, go ahead and let me know. Until next time, I'm going to let you guys go because my company's here. Anyway, love you guys. Talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.